Hi, friend. As the new use of ketamine has emerged into the field of therapy, I became very interested, but also was very confused. I thought I surely cannot be the only one that is confused. So here I am to explain a little bit of the process of the way that I understand it. If you're new here, welcome, and if you're returning, welcome back. My name is Raquel Perez, and I am a licensed professional counselor in the state of Colorado. Here is where I share mental health content with a twist as I share my own lived experiences and stories, while also explaining the way that my mind and body make sense of the information. With that, let's go ahead and get started. So here are 7 steps of how to begin your ketamine journey if you're interested, but not really sure exactly where to start. Step number 1. While ketamine is for the most part available legally in all states, there might be some nuances or some special considerations that you would want to know about or look into before you begin the process. So I would begin with researching that information in the state where you live. Step number 2. Find a therapist. There are plenty of therapists who provide ketamine therapy, also known as CAP, or ketamine-assisted psychotherapy. A simple Google search of ketamine therapy near me will bring up several individuals who provide this service that are in your state and near you. I would take a look at a few of them, have a running list, do a little bit of a deeper profile search on some of those individuals to get a feel for what you think of that person and that first impression. Always remember that most therapists offer a 15-minute free consultation. Don't be afraid to book that session so that you can ask more questions of those therapists that seemed interesting to you and that you think you might want to get to know a little bit better. Step number 3. Once you have found a therapist, you will likely be scheduled for what is known as a preparation session. This is the very first of many sessions for your ketamine journey. During the preparation session, you will go over the consent form for ketamine therapy, and you will also take very special consideration on setting your intentions for your ketamine journey. You will also, with your therapist, figure out a way to make sure that your physical environment is safe and inviting so that your dosing journey is as smooth as possible. Once all of that is taken care of, you will move on to step number 4, where your therapist will refer you over to a ketamine prescriber. The ketamine prescriber likely works very closely with your therapist in making a plan for your ketamine journey. The prescriber will have a medical evaluation with you to ensure that it is safe for you to use ketamine during your therapeutic journey. Once that is done, they will give you your prescription, or, as is the case for me, that prescription will be delivered to your home. Step number 5. Once you have your ketamine, you will be scheduled for what is known as a dosing session. This is where you will self-administer, which means you will take on your own the ketamine that was prescribed by your prescribing provider and follow their directions for the self-administration. Now, the dosing session may be in person, it may be virtual, and it may be what's also known as self-guided. This really does depend on your therapist and the services that your therapist provides. Step number 6 is where you will have an integration session. The integration sessions are sessions that you have with your provider where you will discuss the information that bubbled up during your ketamine journey. And finally, step number 7 is just that. The previous 2 steps, which are the dosing session and the integration session, will be repeated as often as is needed for you. For most people, the recommendation is at least 6 to 8 dosing and integration sessions that will happen one right after the other. In other words, you will have a dosing session and then an integration session, dosing session, integration session, so on and so forth. Now, a couple of last ideas that I want to leave you with is number 1, ketamine is not a silver bullet. It is not a cure-all. However, it can greatly enhance your therapeutic journey by enhancing neuroplasticity, or the ability for the brain to rewire itself, and also to lend a safe space for deeper exploration and curiosity. The second thing is that we cannot dictate the way that our body is going to go through the ketamine journey during those dosing sessions, nor can we conjure up the information that is going to bubble up to the surface during those sessions. However, with very safe and deliberate care, with a very trusting individual at your side, such as a therapist, you can provide a space that will really allow for an expansion on curiosity, an expansion on exploration with your therapeutic journey. Well, friend, that is all I have for this video. If you have found it useful or helpful in any way, please hit that like button down below. If you are interested in getting more content like this on a weekly basis, please subscribe to the channel. Until next time, bye for now.